hopefully everyone can hear us correctly.
Continue riding. It's just a menacing shadow off the side.
What? Oh.
I'm mature, I promise.
See, I think the last thing I got to do is shuffle a bunch of this stuff up.
Let me do it.
Yes, because there's a lot of playable races in this game. Fine.
Rip.
We'll live with it. It's okay. So yeah, if you want to take this half, start shuffling. If you want to break it up, because we got a billion of these.
My hands are tiny.
What about this one? That is a different deck.
Okay.
How can you tell? Same back.
I'll explain why in a moment.
Okay.
Because I pre-sorted this, Josh. It's perfect every time. Well,
game
hello,
hasn't
everybody. Huh?
The game hasn't started yet.
No, not at all. The fighting has just begun.
This is actually the game. It's just we sit here and talk
And shuffle.
and shuffle cards.
It sounds like you played a lot of board games. What?
Did we lock the door?
Do we invite more people to our live stream?
I don't think so.
Is it Mike? Alrighty, so welcome everybody to Cosmic Encounter. So, if anybody knows me, this is one of my, if not my favorite board game. And I think you had a customer talk to you about it. They were picking up the most recent expansion. They were
I
just
did, and they pretty much mirrored your exact sentiments.
Oh yes,
so.
hey, this thing has a weird pedigree. Despite it being, it's like in the top like 200 or something. It's Tom Vassell from the Dice Tower's favorite game. I think I put it in the chat. I think Shut Up and Sit Down still calls it the best board game ever made because it's great. I love it. So basic gist of things. So for the sake of the audience, we have, and you'll wave or whatnot because you can only see hands in here. So we have me. Hello. We have Josh. We have Kevin.
Hello.
We have Jake.
Oh,
They have Casey.
Hi.
So me and Casey are the only ones who have played this before. So we're teaching the other ones. But the basic gist of this game is that we are each a race of aliens who control our own little solar system. And we want more. So we are going to be encountering the other races in the cosmos, because it's Cosmic Encounter.
Way to use the name in your explanation, Joe.
So I will go over the steps of that. There's a couple of different phases, and you'll see it on the alien cards. You'll see it on a couple of different things. Basic gist of this game, read what the card says on the card. It will tell you what it does. There are a couple of different steps to this. All of us here have played and singular Magic the Gathering before, so this should be a little easy. What are you doing over there?
I dropped the card.
Oh, okay. I should just be looking at the camera so I can see what you're doing.
Missed you.
I know, I'm terrible at it. So every turn starts with the regroup phase. That's kind of like if you think your upkeep in Magic. If you have any ships in the warp, which is this big giant thing in the center, you'll get one back, and I'll explain how they get there later. Then, after Europe, you have your Destiny phase. So you don't, for the most part, pick who you're encountering. you actually use the Destiny deck. So it has 3 stacks of all of the different colors, plus some others that we're playing with. Here, you'll flip the top, whatever of this, and whoever that is, you encounter. We'll say if you land on, say it was me, and you land on your own, so the black one right here, I can either discard this and flip over another one, or I can encounter someone that is in my home system. I'll explain why that's cool later. After that, you have the launch phase. We'll pretend that I hit, because you are the blue. Pretend I hit you. I'll take this thingy, and I will point it at one of your planets. And then I will take 1 to 4 of my ships, place them right there. My 3 ships are encountering your 4 ships. We then go to the alliance phase. Starting with me, because I am the offense, for the sake of it. We are both main players, because I'm encountering you. And then I'm the offense and you are the defense. I get a chance to call some allies. I can either ask the full table, like if I want to say, hey, anyone want to help me? Or I can look at people specifically, or I can exclude people. So say, like, yeah, Casey's already here shaking their head at me. So I'd be like, hey, y'all two want to help? Sure. And then, yeah, you say
Why are you
either
bringing
yeah
all
or
these
nay.
people to my system?
Explain why.
destiny.
I'll explain why in a minute. Anyone that allies with me gets to send 1 to 4 of their ships, and they put it also on the warp gate. So I'll say 2. Then, after I ask, you get to ask. Whoever's left, hey, you guys. And anybody that helps you gets to may I borrow. Thank you. They put theirs to the side like this. They don't put it on the planet because those are different. Then we go into the planning phase. Which how the planning phase works is we each have a hand of these cards. And there's a reason that these have the same back. But there are a couple of different kinds of cards, and I'll go through these. For the encounter cards, you have attacks, the morph. Wow, that was really early in the stack. And negotiations, and then there's a couple of different artifacts. So how encounter cards work, there's also reinforcements. We'll each play one of these encounter cards face down. And depending on what it is what happens. So both players down, and then we reveal them. Say they were both attacks. Say it looked like this. You would add the number of ships on your side to whatever number was played in the encounter. So in this case, it's a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It says 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we would win, and we get booted off.
Rude.
And all y'all ships go to the warp.
Rip.
And then I get a point. So I go up. The first player to 5 points wins. First player or players. Then, because Kevin helped me.
So if you completely take their planet, then that's how you score a point?
Yes.
Okay.
If you have a colony, which is a stack of ships, one ship can be a stack of ships, on a planet that is not yours, you get a point.
Gotcha.
So that'd be us like that. We'll roll it back a second though. And we'll flip these cards around. Say you had the 12 to our 9. Then y'all would win. We would get booted off to the warp. You, since it's your planet, get to keep it.
Awesome. Thanks.
We are playing with an extra thing in this one because I find it vaguely necessary. Normally, for helping out, for Casey helping out, Casey would get to either, for each ship they used, so 2, either draw a card or get ships from the warp for each one. But in this game, since you need encounter cards to encounter, if you ever don't have any in your hand and you're going to be one of the main players, when you go to planning phase, you would go and go like, hey, I don't have any encounter cards. So you would discard what you have in your hand and draw a new 7. So that's not the best, because if you run out of cards, you're going to get a new hand anyway. That's where this comes in. This is what is known as the reward deck. So there are a bunch of cards in here that, for the most part, you will not see in the regular deck. They're cards you can only get for being a defensive ally. And I'm not going to go through what all these ones do, because that is way too much to do before we start playing. I will let you know, though, just read the card, and it has everything you need on it. So that's if we try to beat the hell out of each other. If we say, take these back for a second, say we both want to talk. We both play negotiates. Put that back there. And get this board state back. So you both want to talk. We both reveal our negotiation cards, and each of our allies send their ships back to their planets. And then we have a minute to make a deal. And I will get something to show the minute timer. And in a deal, we can exchange cards in hand or up to 1 colony. In the expansions, you can exchange other things like Lux or Tech or stuff like that. There's other things you can do later. You can also make deals of like, oh, I won't attack you next round, or like if we attack next time we attack, I'll negotiate with you. But like any negotiation game, if it's a soft deal, you can lie. But if it is like material things like cards or a colony, you do have to give it right there. If you aren't able to make a deal in a minute, each of you loses 3 ships to the warp, and the encounter is over and considered unsuccessful. That also means that if I have way more ships than Jake, and I'm like, I want a colony, I'll give you a card in my hand. And you go, that's a really bad deal, because it is. And I go, okay, I want a colony, I'll give you a card in my hand. Well, in 3 minutes, you losing 3 ships will be a lot worse than me losing 3 ships. So you can hardball people with the timer.
Okay.
Say it's a little lopsided. Say I was just coming to talk, and I open the door, and then you just like punch me super hard in the face immediately. I immediately lose. All my stuff goes to the warp. I lose all my guys. You win, but for each ship I lost, I get to pull a card from your hand at random as compensation.
Okay.
And then
Just call before you show up, but I don't mind visitors.
who in the hell goes to someone's house without messaging them first? These heathens.
Those people exist, exactly.
Um,
Of course I'm gonna
In
punch them
the
in
regular
face.
deck, the next thing is the morph. The morph turns into whatever your opponent's thing has. So if you played the 4, I played the morph, this becomes a 4. If you played a negotiate and I had the morph, it's a negotiate. So on and so forth.
okay.
More and more.
It's morphin time. It's
It's
Morbin
Morbin
time.
The Morbin.
Then results happen. We move stuff around. If people got points, people got points. And then if you were able to successfully beat your encounter, you get to have a second one. If I won, which negotiating does count as a successful one. I get to have a second one. After that, I'm done. Goes to the next player, and we keep doing that until someone or multiple people win. And how multiple people win say it looked like this. There's a couple more cards over here I need to explain, but I'll explain them in just a minute.
I like that those, like, they have a little, like,
Divot?
notch, so they're all, like nut to butt. Like, I mean, look at them, they are. They are.
That is my boss. That is my boss.
So, say we were in this situation and I'm encountering you, and I look you dead in the eye and go, hey, do you want to win right now? Do you have a negotiation card in your hand? Do you want to win right now? I'll play mine. Because we could go colony for colony. We both win right there.
No.
Okay.
I could also lie.
Yeah, don't do it.
It doesn't gain me anything extra. I'm winning either way. But if I want to be a dick, I can. And then you hold that hatred in your heart until the next game we play where the same exact situation happens and I forgot the last time, and then you just punch me into the stratosphere and win all on your own. I remember having a game in college where it was 5 people and everyone but one person won at the same time. Every planet that person had someone else's colonies on it. We did not play this game for about a month after that,
That's amazing.
but no one cleaned it off the table. So every time my roommate walked into the kitchen, he just had to look and see his failure. It was very strong.
That's amazing.
Also, people in the chat, if anyone has any questions or... Got a hi, Ian, from Absent Mind Matt. Oh, it's Joshy. Hey, what's up?
Oh, yeah, it's my Matt.
Oh.
Giant Matt.
Oh, hi, Joshy. We need to drink absinthe at some point. We do. See, that's your name. I can taste it.
Yeah, it just tastes like licorice.
And hate.
And hey, yes.
It's delicious. So, the couple other cards we got here. We have reinforcements, and then we have artifacts. So, reinforcements are really easy. If all of us here have played Munchkin before, right? Okay, these work like in Munchkin, where before the encounter finishes, you can go like, hold on, like that. Here's the pivotal difference. Say Jake's not in this fight at all. Jake's just watching. This says main player or ally only. Meaning that if you don't have stake in the fight, you can't just ruin it. You have to have some sort of like ship, like you have to be a part of the encounter to actually get to play reinforcements. Which means if you're palming these, like, it can be really strong, but you have to have you have to kind of bet on being able to succeed over. The other thing is artifacts. For all of us here that play Magic, these are spells. They have if you notice, all of the neat little phases I just talked about are all here. These are regroup, start turn, regroup, destiny, launch, alliance, planning, reveal, and resolution. But whatever one they're able to be used on is highlighted in yellow or orange, yellow and orange. And at the top, in the like teal or the mint, whatever, turquoise. That's turquoise. I know color theory. It says who can play it. Like I said, any player can play an emotion control. Main player or ally only can play your reinforcements, and then any player can play a force field. There are a lot of different kinds, and there are even more different kinds in the reward deck. I said just read what it says on there. If you have any questions, I can always answer them. Now, the important part. Josh had asked me earlier, how the hell, there are like 1 billion aliens. How do we pick? Well, each one of these aliens has what's known as a flare, which is what these 2 giant stacks of cards are. Flares work in a cool way. So, thank you. There are a bunch of different flares. They all say, like, what phase you can use them in and who can use it, just like the artifacts do. I need to put these back, don't I? fight.
It'll be a quick game.
They'll start at 4. That's fine by me. They are